So this is the look that I ended up coming up with. This is not what I initially had in mind, but I think it kind of turned out pretty cool. I've got sort of like a sunset eye, I guess you could say. I've got some new lashes on. They're very large. I'm not accustomed to wearing lashes this big, but I've got a couple new products. I'm trying out a ton of stuff. Most of it is new products that I picked up during the Sephora VIB sale. I'm trying out some new lashes from Eyeliner. I'm also using the Violet Voss hashtag palette. That's what's on my eyes right now. So if you want to see how I got this look, then just keep watching. It's been a while since I filmed. I'm just kind of in a procrastinating mood lately, I suppose. I have a ton of videos that I would love to film, but I just, you know, every day that I go to film, I'm like, I can do that tomorrow, I can do that tomorrow. So I just need to film a couple videos. I already have a couple products on. This is the Patchology Lip Service Lip Balm. This is like a gloss to balm treatment. So you put it on, it's super glossy at first, and then it kind of absorbs into the lips and it gets to more of a balmy consistency. So this is what's on the lips right now. The scent of it kind of reminds me of going to the dentist and having the nitrous oxide on my nose. So I don't know, the scent kind of puts me off, but I like the product. Also in the brows, I have a little bit of the L'Oreal Brow Stylist Definer brow pencil in dark brunette. So I'm almost done with this actually. That's all that I have left there. So not very much. This should be finished before the end of May's empties. I'm gonna go in with this new primer that I picked up. This is the Hourglass Mineral Veil Primer here. So I'm just gonna put like a pump on the back of my hand. I'm just gonna spread this around just a little bit on my face. I have the new foundation that I picked up. Something is breaking me out. I don't know if you can see, my whole chin is super broke out. My forehead, it looks 1,000 times better, but it still broke out. I'm still getting new breakouts. I was using a brow serum for a little bit and it just made my forehead go nuts. So that's clearing up. It's looking 1,000 times better, but I still look very scary with my skin reacting the way it is. Something broke me out. I don't know if it was a primer. I don't know if it was the sample of this foundation. I don't know. Maybe this foundation is what's breaking me out. I'm not quite sure, but this is the Dior Forever Perfect Makeup right here. I got the shade number 14, 014. So I'm gonna shake this up and apply this on the face. I'm probably just gonna put one pump, maybe 2 pumps on the back of my hand. So I'm just gonna kind of spread this out a little bit on a couple spots on the face, and then I'll go in and blend it because I feel like it just absorbs right into the sponge if I go directly in with the sponge. But I'm actually using my beauty blender today, so I haven't used my beauty blender in a long time. So then I'm gonna go in with this Tarte CC color corrector or clay corrector, whatever it's called. I have the one in light to medium right here, and it's okay. I just have to use it sparingly. I like to get a little bit on my ring finger and then just put it in this inner portion of the under eye right here. I feel like it doesn't ball up as much. I don't have as many issues if I just kind of target it right in that area. It works. It's a good color corrector. It's probably my favorite one that I've used, but sometimes I just forget to use it. Then I'm going in with my all-time favorite concealer. This is the Makeup Forever Full Cover. This one, I have the shade number 3. I'm very tempted to pick up shade number 1 the next time that I run out, but I'm just gonna put a couple dots of this directly underneath the eyes where I put that corrector. Definitely need a little bit on the forehead. Couple little areas I need to spot conceal. Quite a few areas actually. Man, I can't wait till this clears up on my forehead. I'm so over it at this point, and I don't know what is going on my chin, but I'm probably just gonna go in with my fingertips. I just like using my fingertips to blend this concealer around. You really don't need a ton of it. A little bit goes a really long way. I'm also bringing whatever's left over on my fingertip up onto the lid because it is quite discolored from that eyelash serum that I use. I'm going in with my MAC Studio Fix in NW18, and I'm just gonna take a little e.l.f. kabuki brush and just kind of load it up on the brush, tap a little off, and set this I'm also going to bring it around like the perimeter of my face, definitely on the chin, because I do have that weird random breakout on my chin as well. I don't remember the last time that I had it break out like that, so it's kind of hard. You have to change like how you do your makeup when you're all textured like that, so it's very new for me. I'm gonna get a little bit right through here just because it always looks like I have highlight on right here. So I'm going to kind of mattify that. We're just gonna mattify everything and then I'll go in with like a setting spray. I'm gonna go in with a bronzer now. This is from Estee Lauder. This is massive. This sucker is huge. This is the Bronze Goddess in the shade 01 Light from Estee Lauder, and this one has 21 grams of product. This has like 3 times the amount of product that a regular bronzer does. So I'm gonna go in with this. Oh, where's my brush? Okay, I found it. This is the Kokie number 620 brush. I like this one. It's domed, but it's, you know, it's got a little bit of give to it, so I can work it into skin where I want to, but I can also blend out at the same time. So I kind of just place it down where I want it. I'm not going too heavy with it, but I place it down and then I kind of just buff it out. Sometimes I go in with a separate brush to buff it out. Sometimes I stick with this one. You just kind of got to work with it a little bit. So I'm really focusing it, concentrating it towards the back of my cheek here, just so there's not some weird line between my hair and my face makeup. And I'm just gonna take whatever's left on the brush and kind of buff it around the perimeter of my face. Get a tiny bit more. Just drag this around the perimeter. I brought the camera down a little bit. I felt like I was really high up. So anyway, done with the bronzer. I'm gonna go in with some blush now. I'm so excited to use this one. This is one of the new ones. This is the Marc Jacobs blush here. This is one of the Air blushes in 506 Flesh and Fantasy. It's beautiful. The packaging alone is very exquisite. I like it a lot. Just gonna focus in the center and maybe dip into the darkest section. I'm gonna take my MAC 129 blush brush that I've had for a very long time. Like I said, I'm just kind of going in the center and then a dab on the outside. And as usual, if there's anything left over on my blush brush, I just bring it up around the temple area and on the base of my chin here. So yeah, I'm happy with the blush today. I think it looks super pretty. I'm gonna go in with this highlighter. I mentioned this in that video, but this was a gift from my husband and my daughter. This is one of the new Chanel highlighters. This one is in number 10, Ivory Gold. Right here, as you can see, and it does come with its own brush. That's what I'm gonna be using to apply it. It actually works. Typically, I just throw those brushes away, but I do use this one specifically with this product. So this is what it looks like here. I think this is almost like a gelée, like a baked gelée kind of formula. Just picking up probably 3 tiny little dabs, and then I'm going to, it's gonna mess up my color balance, I know it, but it just leaves the most beautiful sheen behind. I think I'm gonna go in with some spray now. Where is my spray? Okay, I found my setting spray, or my facial spray. This is the Clinique Moisture Surge face spray. This is their Thirsty Skin Relief. I really like this. I think this is definitely rivaling my MAC Fix Plus as my favorite kind of just meld the powders together kind of spray. I don't quite know if you have oily skin and if you have trouble with your makeup like sliding off or breaking down throughout the day, if this would help you kind of battle that, but it does work for me with my dry skin. I'm going to give a couple spritzes of this on the face. I've got a ton of stuff here for the eyes. I have no idea exactly what I'm doing, but just to start off, as usual, I'm going in with my MAC Painterly Paint Pot. I really like this product. I feel like if you have a neutral or cool undertone, that this will work the best for your eyes, just to kind of blank out your lids. If you have any veining or discoloration on your eyes like I do, it really definitely helps. I also bring it underneath the eye. I extend this pretty high up, almost touching the brow. I've got like 3 palettes here, some extra single shadows. Let me show you what I got. I have my Lorac Pro 2 palette for my Pan That palette. Oh, by the way, I'm just gonna be combining my update number 3 and update number 4 together since I'm like, I don't know, 2 weeks behind on videos. I'm just over it. I'm not gonna play catch up and upload videos that are a month behind. I also have this MAC shadow that's a single that I have not yet depotted. This is the one in Plum Dressing. I might pull this one in. This is a really kind of warm toned purple shade. It's very rich. I like it a lot. And then I also have 2 palettes. So this first one, this is what I picked up during the VIB sale. This is the Violet Voss hashtag palettes. It's got a ton of purples and yellows and it's just really pretty. So that's what this one looks like. And then for Mother's Day, my husband surprised me with this. We were in a MAC store and I was showing him how cool this looked and he surprised me with it. This sucker is so expensive, but I'm very excited about it. This is the Jeremy Scott collaboration with MAC. And it's their little boombox thing. I think this is called the Lo-Fi Eyeshadow times 29 palette. I think out of all the shades in here, there's only one that's in the permanent line. So this is the palette here. It's got a ton of beautiful shades. I love the gradation here, but the only one that's a permanent shade is that one right there, Electric Eel. That was one of the very first MAC shadows that I ever purchased. I purchased like 4 at once and that was one of them. So I'm very excited. I've played in this a couple times, but I think I'm gonna save this MAC palette and do a separate like colorful eye look with this one. And I think we'll just stick with the Violet Voss today, honestly, just because there's so many options, so many colors. I don't know what I'm doing. First off though, I always do this. I'm gonna take a black liner. This one's from Sephora. This is one of their waterproof eye crayons, eye contour crayon in number 1 black lace, and this one's a matte. I just put this at the tight line area at the outer corner of my eye. And I only bring it in about halfway, so that's just something I've been doing. It takes me forever to use up liners when I use them that way, but that's what I do. So I got that down. I think I'm actually going to take the Lorac Pro 2 palette and just use the very lightest shade. It looks like a face powder, honestly. I mean, it has a little bit of a yellow tinge to it. I'm just taking it on a Real Techniques Deluxe Crease brush, and I'm just gonna kind of set the crease area specifically. I'm excited to show you guys my update on Pan That palette. I wish I wasn't such a slacker earlier this month. I was just in a funk, I guess. Like, I'm excited to film my videos and get them out to you guys, but just the idea of sitting down and taking the time and doing it, it's just, I don't know what my deal is, but very apathetic lately. I'm gonna take a MAC 286. This is like their duo fiber brush, blending brush. I really like it. I'm gonna go in with the Violet Voss palette. I'm gonna take just the, I guess I could have used Fresh. Oh well, same, it would have given the same effect. So I'm gonna go in with Sauce. It's very light. It'll just give just the slightest bit of definition throughout the crease. Just kind of mapping out where my crease is, where I want to put colors down. This next shade over, the very light shade called Savage right here. I'm not usually an orange person, but I've got some massive, big, bold lashes that I'm gonna be playing with today, so I think we kind of gotta go a little bit out of the comfort zone and get a little crazy with my eye look today, so we'll see how this turns out. So I'm just taking that a little bit above where I put Sauce down. Oh, I was gonna ask you guys, I have quite a few items that I picked up lately from the thrift store or Plato's Closet. I was wondering if you guys might be interested in like a thrift store / Plato's Closet haul and try on video. I don't know, let me know if you'd be interested in that. Yeah, I guess we're gonna get crazy and we're gonna build up some purples this? I don't know, I'm kind of nervous. I'm gonna go in with this very bottom, super bright shade here, this purple called Life. I'm just gonna get a little bit to start with, and then I'll kind of build it up as I go. I'm gonna concentrate this on the outer portion here. Just gently put that into my crease. Some of these are so pigmented, you really have to work with them for a bit to blend them out. You know what? I've got an idea. I think I just got an idea on what I want to do. I'm gonna blend this in, match it up on both sides, and then we're gonna work on the lid for a minute. Okay, that's not 1000% blended out entirely, but I'm gonna go back in with my paint pot, and I'm gonna be a little bit more precise and only put this right on the lid, kind of like how they do concealer and put it down, but I'm just putting this on the lid so my shadow has something to stick to. I guess I'm just gonna go in with like the brightest yellow, that one right there. I think it's called Truth, that one. I'm gonna try it with a brush, but I think these work better, the shimmers work better with your fingertip. But I have a little Sonia Kashuk brush here, and we're just gonna go in right at the inner corner. I'm not a gold person, but I do like shades like this where it's like yellow, you know? Like an orangey gold is so hard for me to wear and pull off, but I feel like this is doable. So Truth is what I just put at the inner corner. I'm gonna go in with Vacay just at the center. It's gonna be kind of like a gradient sunset. Hopefully this works, and I'm just gonna put it right here. I'll work back and forth between the two and I'll kind of blend them in just a second, but I'm just trying to deposit it down. I'm kind of just flipping back and forth between the sides of the brush, just to kind of mix those two together as much as I can. Maybe like in this region here, I'm gonna go in with the shade Living right here. I really like the way that this brush is working, so I'm using my Simple Switch from the Perri collection. It's like the color switch from Sephora. You just kind of wipe your brush in here and it gets off any of the product, and then you can dip into another shadow and there's no cross-contamination of the shades. This Living shade, it's kind of like a cranberry color, sort of. I'm gonna put that right at the outer corner, but I'm gonna leave a little bit of room for a purple there as well. Oh, that's pretty. That is really pretty. I think this would be gorgeous all over the eye in the fall time. Nice, I'm liking this. I feel like the gradient is so easy with these shadows. In person, it just looks so smooth going from one color to the next. And then finally, for the last shade on the lids at the outer corner, I'm gonna go in with this Pretty AF shade right there, super dark purple. Final color down in the crease, or outer corner, I mean. I'm gonna take some more of this Life shade and put that at the outer corner and mix it in with that Pretty AF color, just so it's more vibrant. I'm going back in with my 286 and picking up Savage, that lightest orange shade from the beginning, and I'm just gonna blend along the top gently. I'm gonna take my MAC 217. I'm gonna take a bit of TBT right here. This is probably my favorite shade out of the whole palette, and I'm gonna try and focus that in the outer corner. I picked up a decent amount. Hopefully this works. I might put some black in the outer corner at the very end, but for now, I'm just gonna leave that one how it is, that eye how it is, and I'll work on this eye. I'm gonna do something that I wouldn't normally do, but I'm gonna try and take some of this black, just at the slightest little bit at the outer corner. I'm very nervous about this. I feel like I could completely ruin my look, but I'm just taking the tiniest little bit. Just through here. I'm taking a clean blending brush. I feel like that black made this look a bit muddy at the top up here, but I'm just gonna have to go with it probably. I think I'm actually going to put some liner in the bottom waterline, and then I'll figure out what I want to do with the bottom lash line. So I'm just using that same liner that I used at the tight line area, and I'm putting it in my waterline. Next item, this is the Stila Stay Day Waterproof Liquid Eyeliner in Intense Black. I got this little sample. This dries very shiny, but I don't know. It's not my favorite just because of it drying so shiny, but I feel like I can get a super thin wing, or I mean a thin liner. So I'm gonna try and put this just at the top of my lashes, as close to the lash line as I can possibly get. And we'll see how thin of a line I can create today. This yellow that we used, I'm gonna put that at the front part. We'll start with that. I'm just gonna use my finger to do that. Vacay, which is that orange. Again, finger. Then next, the shade Living right here, which is that cranberry color. I'm gonna put that right through here. A little bit of Life and Pretty AF just layered together. I'm just gonna kind of like soften that up with my little smudge brush from e.l.f. Oh, I totally forgot. I'm gonna go in with my Lancome, what is this called? Sourcel Styler. This is just the tinted brow gel. I have the shade number 3. I think this is like Brunette or something. This was sent to me a very long time ago from Octoly, from Lancome through Octoly's website. So I'm just gonna brush this through the brows. This is very similar to the Anastasia tinted brow gel, but the wand on this one is so much easier to work with. It's a little bit teenier. So you can see there, one side doesn't even have bristles. The other side, they're very tiny, has a lot of control. It's very precise. So I really like this. I think I might repurchase this one in the future instead of my Anastasia one. I'm going back in with the Stila Stay All Day liquid liner. I'm gonna try and do just a little wing. I don't wanna go too crazy, even though I got some big lashes to play with today, so I probably should do a big wing, but I'm gonna try and just do like a smaller wing. So I got these recently. These are the Eyelure Luxe lashes. These are the opulent lashes. I guess there's a bunch of different kinds. These are the mink effect lashes. They're supposed to have a featherlight feel. It says on here that they are a pretty and delicate style with gorgeous length, naturally crisscrossed for a beautiful finish. So we'll try them out. They look massive. I don't typically wear lashes that are this long, and something that I don't normally have to do. I'm most definitely gonna have to trim these a little bit. These were just sent to me recently from Eyelure, but this is what the little packet thing looks like. So they label them right and left, which I do appreciate. They have a little glue here. I'm probably not gonna open that one up. I'm probably gonna use the glue that I have that's already open. I don't normally get more expensive lashes. I feel like these are a little bit more expensive than what I typically pick up. Usually I pick up like a $3 pair of lashes. I've heard that if you have a thicker band, making them into a circle and kind of like working with the band a little bit, it just makes them more pliable, easier to work with. I'm taking the Ardell Striplash. This is just what I have, what I've been using that's open. It said that this is my right lash, so let me put this on and see how much I need to trim. I guess I could take a little bit off. I'm gonna take a tiny little bit off the end. I feel like the glue is pretty dry at this point, so I'm gonna be looking down into a mirror if I can get this situated. The band on these, I don't know if you can tell, but it's a lot thicker than what I'm used to. So it just takes me a little bit longer to kind of wiggle it around how I like it. Now that they're on, they feel really lightweight. They don't really feel heavy or thick, and they don't really feel like they're clouding my vision. Sometimes eyelashes can be so heavy that they are like weighing my eyes down. I don't feel like these are doing that much. I mean, just a little bit, because all of them do, but I feel like they feel pretty good. I'm going to put some mascara on the bottom lash line, as well as just a light coat through my lashes since I didn't put mascara on beforehand. I've went back to this mascara here. I really like this. This is the Clinique High Impact Mascara. I just have a little baby sample here. I've got probably 10 of these in my makeup collection, so I'm going to put a little bit of this on the bottom lashes first. I really like how this looks on the bottom lashes. It just kind of separates them out, makes them look a little bit feathery. It's a very pretty mascara in my opinion. So I actually just used my pinky and I put a little dab of the gold that we used on the lid, just right at the inner corners. I also took the Stila liner that I did along the top and just, you know, went over the lash band. I feel like it looks pretty good. So my lip balm here at the Patchology lip service, it's absorbed into the lips. It feels really nice. It's very moisturized. In case I didn't mention, this was sent to me from Patchology, complimentary through the Octoly website, and I don't remember if I mentioned this or not. The Koki brush was sent to me complimentary from Koki through the Octoly website. I just have to mention that as part of the FTC rules. Because that lip product absorbed in, I'm gonna go ahead and try this product out. I haven't tried this yet. This is the MAC Prep and Prime lip primer, and it's just the clear lip primer version that they have out. I got this at the CCO when I showed that haul video, so I'm just putting a thin layer of this all over my lips. It's almost like a slippery feeling, but it does feel moisturizing. It's like a very, very, very thin lip balm, and it's not sticky whatsoever. So I got a couple new lip products from Octoly, and since my eye look is so insane, I can't quite decide if I want to do like this color would look pretty, or I have like just a pink. I think we'll just go with a gloss. I got this sent to me complimentary from No. 7, the No. 7 High Shine Lip Gloss in the shade Naturally Nude. I keep looking all over for the shade name, but it's on the little tag thing up here, so I can't take this tag off. But this is a pretty interesting lip product. It feels like your standard lip gloss. It's not sticky, it's not tacky, there's not the little stringy things in between your lips. It has a very unique scent. It's almost like a soapy floral kind of fragrance. It smells really good. I actually really like it. Just applying this straight to the lips, no lip liner or anything. I like how it's more of like a tan, brown, kind of orangey kind of nude. I don't have hardly any of these in my collection. Like I said, it just feels really nice on the lips. There's nothing outlandish about it. There's nothing crazy about this lip gloss. It's just a good standard lip gloss. I know No. 7 is available at Target. I'll put a link down in the description box on where you can find this lip gloss. I know they have a ton of different shades. I think I picked out this nude one and I'm very happy about it. So this overall look, I think it's a little loud, but I kind of like the way that it turned out. So I'm probably gonna toss my hair up after this, I think. Okay, yeah, I pulled my hair up into a ponytail. I kind of like the way that it looks. I don't wear my hair in a ponytail very often, but I need to go like slick this part back here, but I think it turned out pretty good. So anyway, that was the eye look and how it ended up turning out. I know that these videos are insanely long and not everybody watches them, but if you did watch till the end, I really appreciate it, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.